One of the important weapons of the cavalry, in addition to the pistol and the carbine, is the saber. A lot of people don't look at this and know what it is. They think, oh, you've got a really cool sword. No, it's a saber because it's slightly curved. It's not straight like a sword, and it's dull. So we could hit this all day long and it's not going to cut us. Where it is sharp is on the end, and that's because it's meant for poking things and breaking bones. Okay. So, as the cavalry, this is the weapon of last choice. If we were close enough to use this, they were close enough to get us with the bayonet. So, there's a couple of ways that we could use this. When the Civil War started, the cav really didn't know how to use it, so they enlisted a young officer from out east to come out and teach the Union cav how to do it. And basically, we fall back to the French way of war, and what's called a molinet. So you got to remember, we're on horseback and the saber is on our side, and we got the horse's head here in front. So to draw the saber, we have to pull it straight out, pull it over the horse's head, bring it up over the horse's head again, bring it back over the horse's head, and get enough speed so we can hold the saber upside down, because that's how we would charge the enemy. And we do that because we're protecting our horse's head and our flank. Okay? Now, the way you would do this is you have to do this molinet, this figure eight, because this thing weighs about 4.5 pounds. So you can't just draw it and expect to get it into position. So if Ted, our colonel, is pretending to be an infantryman with a bayonet on his rifle, I would be on horseback, and I'm 6 feet off the ground because I'm on horseback. But I would come in like this, and we'd come in a line, and the way we would do it, we would stick them in the back, and the horse would pull it out for us as we move forward. Okay, if you ever see a John Wayne movie where he's riding with the saber like this and he charges, you can say that's the only time John Wayne was ever wrong. If you charge like this and you stick the opponent, what's going to happen, it's either going to pull you off your horse or it's going to break your wrist, okay? Because there's no way to get that saber out. Now the other way, there are 6-7 basic saber blows that we do. So when we're fighting in a reenactment, we don't actually hit end to end on the point or on the sharp blade because it boogers them up. So what we do is we saber fight, we hit side to side. So when we're on horseback, and we'll demonstrate this later, we basically do that. But in real life, what you would do on horseback is you want to cut some bones, break some bones, and cut some tissue. So there's 7 basic cuts. As we come up, we would break a collarbone, break the other collarbone, cut the knee, soft squishy parts, soft squishy parts. The last one is hit the head, give them a concussion. Scalp wounds bleed a lot, and it looks really bad, usually looks worse than it is. And the nice thing about that is your friends that you enlisted with would see you get hurt, and they would usually take you off the battlefield. So that made the odds even better for us. If one gets hurt, but 2 help you off the field. So when we practice, we usually tell the other one that he will die like a dog. And then we do offense and defense. Which would you like to do?
I'll be defense.
Okay. So. That's the 7 basic cuts. Any comments, Ted?
As the captain said, when you're on horseback, it's a whole different perspective. We did it, I believe, at one of the reenactments where Remington was on his horse, and he came riding up with the saber out, and I was on the ground, and it's very formidable. Not only have you got a guy swinging that saber, but you got 1,200 pounds of horse coming at you too. So if the saber don't get you, the horse will just knock you over and keep going.
That's right.